Hi everyone, welcome back to the Web3 channel. My name is Zach, and in this video we're looking at some Microsoft Activision Blizzard news regarding Metaverse stuff going into crypto biz on Cointelegraph, and then afterwards we'll be looking at more information on The Guardian. With that being said, let's have a look at what's happening here. We're starting out by looking at this right here. Zuckerberg appears to have ignited a generational buzz around Metaverse. Microsoft becomes the next $1 trillion company to enter the space. There's a new Metaverse player in town. Microsoft, the world's second largest company by market capitalization, announced earlier this week that it had acquired AB for $95 a share in a deal that's expected to conclude in fiscal 2023. Microsoft will utilize the gaming giant to pivot to the virtual world environment of the Metaverse. This week's Crypto Biz explores Microsoft Activision purchase, the new partnership between Coinbase and MasterCard, etc. We're going to focus mainly on the Microsoft stuff. Microsoft enters the Metaverse with Activision purchase. It's no secret that Microsoft has been eyeing its entry into the Metaverse ever since Zuckerberg rebranded Facebook to Meta. The company found its perfect entry this week by acquiring gaming giant Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. Let's just take a second at least, to understand how large a deal this was. Satya Nadella, who has served as Microsoft's CEO since 2014, described video games as playing a key role in the development of Metaverse platforms. Activision is behind some of the world's most iconic gaming franchises, including Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and of course Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, among other ones like Overwatch and World of Warcraft and Diablo, StarCraft, Candy Crush, and so on. So we can have a look at this real quick now, actually. So today, together with ATVI, we will usher in a new era of gaming that puts players and creators first and making gaming inclusive. Now let's have a look at The Guardian's writing on this, because I think it's very important. Right, here we go. Microsoft Activision's merger faces real-world barriers to Metaverse mission. Suspicious US regulators and problematic culture at the video game firm needs to be overcome for this vision. If the world of Call of Duty seems fraught enough when you are playing it, try being in it. That could be the consequence of Microsoft's proposed $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the video games maker behind the shoot 'em up franchise, among others. The Metaverse is a catch-all term for an immersive experience that blends the physical and digital world through a mixture of virtual and augmented reality. This concept is years away from being fully realized, but it is envisaged that participants using digital representations of themselves or avatars will access it through a virtual reality headset or AR glasses that put on a digital layer over what they see in the real world. In the Metaverse, they can socialize with friends, carry out their job, or take part in a video game. This is important because this website is not necessarily for crypto or Web3 enthusiasts. The Guardian is a general sort of UK newspaper. John Egan, chief executive of market intelligence from firm BNP Paribas, says that the Activision deal, Microsoft has made it very clear that gaming will be at the center of how Metaverse concepts work, and it is not just using the games but also deploying the creative and technical talent behind them to build virtual worlds. Imagine Call of Duty. You'd be dropped into a battle royale like environment onto a planet like the way Fortnite is now, though bigger by a factor of several thousand. You've got an entire planet, so your experience can go on for weeks at a time. Egan adds that Call of Duty would work in what he calls a digi-physical environment where AR comes into play and the game is superimposed on participants' glasses or even contact lenses. Microsoft could create virtual layers over existing urban infrastructure within which people can use mixed reality lenses, light glasses or contact lenses to interact with each other. So imagine something like a skateboard park that becomes a Call of Duty arena, and people use their phones as a gun and they've got their glassware on as the mixed reality infrastructure to do that interaction. To be clear, this is far away, right? Of course, not every Metaverse world will be like Call of Duty, and not everyone would want to go anywhere near it. Egan says Activision games such as Crash Bandicoot features the antics of an anthropomorphic marsupial, offer a more family-friendly alternative. Analysts have also pointed out to the fact that Activision will immediately bolster Microsoft's gaming business. It owns the Xbox platform and the Minecraft and Halo franchises, regardless of its meta plans. The Bill Gates-founded company will gain access to 319 million monthly active users, adding to its Game Pass subscription service, which already has 25 mil Dan Ives, a managing director at the US investment firm Wedbush Securities, describes Microsoft's Metaverse vision for the deal as the cherry on top of the sundae. We believe for Microsoft this was the right deal at the right time to boost its gaming strategy and streaming ambitions. Nadella recognized Microsoft's consumer business needed a shot in the arm. The agreed deal would also need to get past US regulators, who served notice on Tuesday that the tech industry would face a tougher regime. Lena Khan, chair of the FTC, the US competition watchdog, and Jonathan Kanter, head of antitrust at the Department of Justice, announced a review of merger guidelines with tech among their areas of concern. Kanter said, "We need to understand why so many industries have too few competitors. It could be argued that this is a vertical deal between two businesses that do not compete directly, Microsoft's Xbox platform and Activision games, but regulators are likely to look at whether Microsoft could shut off Activision titles from rival PlayStation." Microsoft said on Tuesday it did not intend to do so. My personal opinion, they don't intend to do so for now, but 5 years down the line, once the next generation of gaming, i.e. when PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S aren't exactly the new consoles, we will potentially see some different approaches being taken by Microsoft because they can do it. Rebecca Allensworth, professor of law at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee, says Khan and Kanter's review signals a toughening of the environment for tech, and to be fair, right now I do not believe that the laws necessarily do work very well when it comes to tech monopolies. Generally, there is a lot of muscle right now behind antitrust enforcement in tech. Changing the merger guidelines to be harsher against tech mergers is a part of that. The comments on Tuesday highlighted the idea that the guidelines need to be able to recognize competitive harm from mergers that are vertical or mixed vertical. That's the merger between ATVI and MSFT. She says that it is still very hard to challenge vertical mergers and the deal may go through. However, someone else added that even if the deal got past the FTC and the Justice Department, there was also the question of integration. On Monday, Activision said it had fired or pushed out more than 36 employees and disciplined another 40 since July to address allegations of sexual harassment and other misconduct at the company, which has nearly 10,000 employees at Microsoft's 190,000. Essentially, what we're looking at here is Microsoft really is shouldering the responsibility of these issues if they do decide to, in fact, go through with it, which they have. You know, they've inked the deal. Now we're just waiting on regulators to decide whether or not they are able to do that. But at the end of the day, they will now be responsible for all the allegations and all the rest of it. And essentially, that's going to need to be fixed because this will be a massive hit to Microsoft's, whole reputation if they have the same problems that Activision Blizzard has been facing over the past roughly 5-10 years. If that continues at Microsoft, it's going to look really bad for stock, among obviously the more important human rights issues. That being said, what are your thoughts on everything happening here? I'd love to hear your take on the whole situation. Do you think the ATVI, or more so Microsoft, will be building this into the Metaverse approach? I would like to hear your take personally. I think that they have bought so important IP. You don't buy $70 billion for no reason. They're going to be doing something interesting. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. If this video was interesting or helpful to you in any way, shape or form, a like is always much appreciated. Subscribe to Web3 for everything happening in the Web3 space. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next Web3 video.